concerning who's in charge of this society and some of their devious methods. Okay, so this is a very revealing quote from Harold Wallace Rosenthal. Harold Wallace Rosenthal, right? So let's read it. It says, now remember Psalm 64 and 8. Let's read that one more time. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. So here's a revealing quote from this guy. Right? By the way, he was killed for revealing this quote. Let's read it. Our power has been created through the manipulation of the national monetary system. The Federal Reserve System fitted our plan nicely since it is owned by us. Right? Again, he's a so-called Jew, small hat, Harold Wallace Rosenthal. Okay, so for those of you people who say, "Oh, you guys are conspiracy theorists, conspiracy not conspiracy this, conspiracy that," there is a goddamn conspiracy, man. The very word conspiracy, when we break it down, is from the Latin meaning to breathe together. Con is with conspiracy. Goes back to the Latin spire, which means to breathe, like inspire. Inspire means to breathe, respiration. Okay, so you do have a group of individuals that are behind the scenes that are breathing together, that are conspiring together. And what they want is really control. Okay, New World Order is all about control, total control, and basically, it's Esau's way of trying to get back their birthright, which is control. See, our birthright, the birthright of us Hebrew Israelites, is really control. We're going to control all the other nations. All these kingdoms of the, from Harold Wallace Rosenthal. Right? It says the Federal Reserve System fitted our plan nicely since it is owned by us. But the name implies that it is a government institution, right? When it was being created, the Federal Reserve Act, um, you had one of the members that was present at Jekyll Island when you go into the history of how the Federal Reserve came about. You had, I believe it was 7 members that got together at this place called Jekyll Island. This was back in 1910, right? And they got together to put together this, what would become known as the Federal Reserve. It was a method of control of the money supply of the so-called American people. It was Mayim Shelbauer who made a statement. He said, permit me control over a nation's credit or their money system, and I don't care who makes the laws. Because once you control the money system of a nation, essentially you control that nation. Again, that goes back to the word control. It's all about control. So this is how you gain control. You gain control over the common denominator of every person, which is money. Even the Bible speaks about how's it go? Money is a defense. Let's get that. So you control the nation's money. Essentially, you control them. Okay, I think it's something. Ecclesiastes. Okay. It is right here. Ecclesiastes, 7th chapter. It said, in the seat of God, see, in the midst of the seas of your people, yet thou art a man and not God. That's a message directed to you, so-called white men, top banking families, okay, Edomites. You're not God, okay. You're gonna find that out when Yahweh Shai comes and destroys your society. You'll find out you're not God and not God. Though thou set thine heart as the heart of God. See? So there you go. Uh, let's see. Jump down to the 8th verse. They shall bring thee down to the pit. And beginning with these top banking families, you're going down to the pit, literally. And thou shalt die the death of them that are slain in the midst of the seas. Wilt thou yet say before him that slayeth thee, and it begins with Yahushua, when Yahushua come to take down your kingdom, wilt thou yet say before him that slayeth thee, I am a God? But thou shalt be a man, and no God, in the hand of him that slayeth thee. And that's going to be Yahushua, the angels, and really us Israelites. All right? So you Edomites, get ready. You're going to lose everything. Okay, but anyway, let's get back to this quote by Rosenthal. It says, we small hatters have put issue upon issue to the American people, and we promote both sides of the issue as confusion reigns. With their eyes fixed on the issues, they fail to see who is behind every scene. But more and more people are waking up. They're finding out about small hatters, in particular the top banking families, which happens to be small hatters. Right? We small hatters toy with the American public as a cat toys with a mouse. So this was a very revealing quote by Harold Wallace Rosenthal. Okay, and according to this, he killed him 30 days after his confession. Yeah, and it was I think I forgot the guy's name he gave the interview to, and the guy, based upon that interview, he wrote a book called Hidden Tyranny. All right, Hidden Tyranny, I think